Good morning to all of my virtual and hybrid students. So this is the screencast video for our second lesson in Unit 1, Rhetorical Situation. So today's lesson is basically going a little deeper with the text. We're going to be reading and watching a eulogy by President Obama. He gave this eulogy for a reverend named Clementa Pinckney, who was brutally murdered along with several other members of his congregation in Charleston at Mother Emanuel Church by a man who came in and shot them. And the speech gives a little bit more context, so I'm not going to completely give it away. So basically what I want you to do today, so there are a couple of things. One, I've put a question on Google Classroom that is going to give you an opportunity to reflect a little bit on Malala's role as a speaker in her speech. And it's going to give you an opportunity not only to answer those questions, but also to respond to your classmates. So I would encourage you to respond to at least one of your classmates. I think this will give you an opportunity to engage in deeper discussion than maybe you can do just on your own at home. Also, I encourage you to look at the Flipgrid videos that people are making in our class. So those are both virtual, hybrid, and in-person students. And so we're all one group, even though we're kind of doing things in a little bit of a segmented sort of way. And so make sure that you're doing all of those things. So first things first, before we ever get to the work of today, I want you to go to myap.collegeboard.org. So sign in using your College Board username and password. If you have never taken an AP course or didn't use the pre-AP platform last year in one of your courses, then you're going to have to create an account. It is super, super important that you do not create a second account just because you cannot remember your password. If you do that, it will cause you lots of problems in the long run, especially whenever you decide to apply to go to colleges and you want your AP scores sent to those colleges. If you have two accounts, there will be no way for you to do that easily. So it's really important that you do not set up a second account. So if you don't know your password, and if all of the helps that are on that College Board page, where you can say, forgot your password, if you still can't make it work, you personally have to call the College Board. I can't do anything for you really, because all of that information is secure, and so the College Board wants you to communicate with them directly. So if you have any issues beyond that and want to ask me, feel free. We can work through it together, but if you're having a lot of problems, there is going to be a point where you're just going to have to bite the bullet and call the College Board. If you don't get signed up for my AP Classroom, then we do not order an exam for you. And so that means in May, there would be no exam for you to take for the course. And so that's how you earn college credit for the course. And so I think it's really important that everybody do that. So you see the join codes here. We're not doing anything just yet with AP Classroom. That might be some of our Friday work. We might do some of the practice on Fridays. But for right now, I just want to make sure that you are in. So use the join codes here to join AP Classroom. Okay, so this PowerPoint is available to you on Google Classroom. I'm not going to watch the trailer with you, but this trailer gives you some background to the precipitating event that caused President Obama to come to Charleston and deliver a eulogy. So I think it's just a quick little trailer. They're making a movie basically based on the events, and so it gives you a little bit of information about what happened. So the next slide is the video of President Obama delivering the speech. I'm also going to put the transcript on Google Classroom, but I do think the video is really good to watch. I think that some of the moments in the eulogy kind of lose their poignancy if you're only reading it. And so I would encourage everyone to maybe watch and read along, or watch and then go back and read the transcript later to kind of delve into it a little bit more deeply. What I want you to complete for today, I've posted one additional digital notebook to Google Classroom. And so I'm going to toggle over to Google Classroom. I'm going to show you. Well, I thought I was going to show you. Let me see. You should have, I think I've only posted it in one or two classes. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, so under digital notebooks, starting tomorrow at 8, I'll make sure that this is posted for everyone. You'll have a skills notebook, which will be an additional digital notebook. So you have one reading notebook, and that's where your reading notes are going to go. Your skills notebook is where you're going to put handouts that I give you for the course. So, again, if you want to keep some kind of paper notebook, the skills notebook, I'm probably not going to be, I'll look at yours, those of you who are virtual students, just to kind of make sure that you're understanding the content. I'm probably not going to spend a lot of time like grading these. It's really more of an organizational tool for you, because as we're getting ready to go paperless and to do this semester, I thought, well, it's going to be really a pain if you have like 30 different Google Classroom handouts that I've given you on various days, and then it comes time for you to want to review those things or look back at those things, and it's kind of hard for you to do that just because you don't know where everything is. And so this slideshow, I'm going to push out on Google Classroom different handouts, and I will ask you to paste them into this slideshow. So I've already created 2 for you that we'll use during this unit. One is something I want you to do today. It's the rhetorical situation analysis for the eulogy. And then and then there's another handout that we'll get to maybe on Friday, writing thesis statements. So this handout here, so it says President Obama's eulogy for Clemente Pinckney, and it has a series of questions here. So we're just drilling down a little bit into soapstone. So I'm asking you to look mainly at the S, the O, and the A at the beginning. So subject, occasion, and audience. Occasion is really important, I think, the historical context, what's going on, what was the exigence of President Obama, what inspires him to speak, and what's he thinking about, and trying to go a little bit deeper than just saying that someone died, right, and he's giving the eulogy, trying to think a little bit more deeply than that. And so trying to think past just who is the immediate audience, but who is maybe another audience. So we always want to try to think as complexly about these issues as we can, and so try to be detailed in your response. So I think watching and reading the actual speech will take you a decent amount of time, and then going deeper with this analysis will do the same. So I think that should do it for our Thursday lesson, is just making sure that you get through that speech. We're starting this unit, our first unit of the year, with speeches, because they do have such clear rhetorical situations. And so we can think about what really is impacting the speaker's choices. So as they're thinking about what they're talking about, what unique insight or information they have to bear upon the subject, and then also who are they speaking to, and how can they be most impactful to that group. So remember the rhetorical triangle that was in the slideshow on the first day. So speaker, audience, and then subject matter. And remember, if one element of that changes, then the other 2 need to change as well. Not that you're ever going to change yourself as a speaker. I mean, as a speaker, you're kind of yourself no matter what, but you can change. I can activate different experiences that I have based on my audience and the subject I'm talking about. And I can think about what's important for this audience to know, right, as that part of that subject. And so thinking about how those 3 things are related to each other is really at the heart of the rhetorical situation, but we also want to drill into some of these more kind of detailed areas as well. So let me know if you have any questions. Remember, you're going to go back through the slideshow, you're going to watch those 2 videos, and then you're going to go to that skills notebook, and you're going to fill out that note-taking guide.